Jimmie Johnson goes by several nicknames, 7-time Superman, and now Marathon Man. You competed in the Boston Marathon for the first time. Just, first of all, how was that experience?
It was an amazing one. Spent 4 months getting ready for it. The energy on course was indescribable and just such an amazing experience. And then certainly when you're running that far and you want to run a fast time, there's some pain that comes with that. So had plenty of pain, but plenty of just amazing, just overall an amazing experience running it.
I mean, a marathon is both taxing physically and mentally. Where did your mind go during that race?
Yeah, it's funny, the car racing side of life in endurance training, the battle that you have mentally is so similar.
Mm-hmm.
And what I learned training, I take to the race car and vice versa. And believe me, during the marathon, there were many moments in time that I just wanted to slow down or I wanted to stop. And I just had to find a way to get my mind to focus on a different short-term goal and get through it. So there was a lot of, I think I had to pull myself back twice, and then I had a really good argument with myself internally at the halfway point of the marathon because I was just putting out too much of an effort and my heart rate was too high, and just I needed to save my tires a little bit and kind of get to the end. So it was a very interesting mental challenge along the way.
Now, I know your training lasted up to 20 miles, so when you hit that 20-mile mark, you're going into uncharted territory. What was that like?
Yeah, I probably noticed at mile 24. I was like, oh wow, this is a new high score for me on distance. But it was so easy at that point because near the finish, the crowd was probably 8 or 10 deep, and just this constant roar. People would see my bib and see me coming and cheering me on. I saw fans with signs and wearing the 48 gear. So at that point, I just kind of let the outside environment get me home.
Now, I know you don't, when you're training, you don't listen to music. Why is that?
I started to more and more with the marathon training on some of those 20-mile runs. You're out there for hours, and I found that audiobooks or even podcasts were pretty helpful. From a music standpoint, I find that my pace gets caught up in whatever the pace of the music is, and I get off target. And then at the same time, it's my only opportunity just to have some quiet time. So short runs, short rides, I typically don't listen to anything, but I did listen to a few audiobooks and such when I was on my long runs.
And I read an article that said you're not the same person if you don't work out. So what kind of person are you if you just don't do fitness?
For me, it's a domino effect. If I don't train, then I don't eat right, and then I don't sleep right, and I get lazy, and just everything seems to slow down in my life and the way my brain functions and body functions. So if I keep that first domino from falling, I eat better, I sleep better, I'm more disciplined just across the board.
Now, you qualified for next year with your time. Could we see you do it again?
Yeah, I'm definitely considering it. Next year's Boston Marathon would be a different challenge for me if I'm able to pull it off. The car race is on a Sunday at Richmond instead of Saturday night, so I would not have a day to recover. Could be a whole new challenge that I would like to sign up for, but time will tell. I'll just have to see.